and enjoy Nashville now on the Window Store.
16 WAPT News at 10 starts now.
Ole Miss is working to heal following a presidential protest. We're showing you more video of the heated disturbance.
Plus, a day after the election, what went right, what needs to be fixed before you head to the polls again.
And your American flag might need to be replaced soon. Why a decision from Congress could add another star.
Now, your weather first.
Temperatures in the mid-40s already, and there's a chance of frost everywhere. Now, as far as southwest Mississippi goes, that chance is patchy over toward Vicksburg, Natchez. But I'll tell you what, once you get up towards Carthage and Kosciuszko, out towards Forest, I expect a good coating of frost. That'll include parts of northern Madison County as well. So tonight, the coldest night of the week. Wait till you see how warm the weekend will be. It's all coming up.
Thank you, David. Tonight, hundreds of Ole Miss students held a candlelight vigil on campus. It is a show of unity after some students protested last night following President Obama's re-election.
Those protests that ended with 2 students under arrest have gained national attention. 16 WAPT's Aaron Kelly is live in our newsroom. Aaron.
Well, good evening, Darren. We had some video. This is video of the candlelight vigil, but it was a very different scene last night when there was a protest on campus after the presidential election was called for President Obama. According to the school, about 40 students met in front of the student union, and the crowd increased to 400. Still photos showed a student burning an Obama-Biden sign during the incident. University officials say the police ordered the crowd to go back to their dorms, but students gathered again at a hall. Campus police arrested 2 people for disorderly conduct. The school says it was not a riot despite early reports from a campus TV station and social media. We heard from students who were there last night and at tonight's vigil.
Burning things, popping firecrackers, trying to fight people and extra stuff, screaming Obama for absolutely no reason.
Let's face it, this whole election, as well as a natural disaster or anything else, tends to heighten people's anxiety in general.
The school says there was no reported damage, but they'll be investigating student conduct. Live in the newsroom, Aaron Kelly, 16 WAPT News.
Aaron, you mentioned something about a couple of arrests. Can you tell us about possible charges?
Well, yes, they said that one of them was for public intoxication. The other one was failing to comply with police, Darren.
Real quick, Aaron, I think you do have a response from the school real quick. Do you want to tell our viewers about that?
They were just saying that this was something that did not go along with the school's creed, and they reminded students about that. They said it calls for the respect of each individual and for fairness and civility. Darren.
All right, Aaron Kelly live for us tonight. Thank you very much.
Well, there was other tension today after the president won the election. Robert White wanted to wear his Barack Obama shirt to work, but his manager at Siemens Energy plant in Richland said no.
I know some people may be angry, you know. Hey, the American people have spoken, and this is what we got. We got Obama.
What did they tell you when they told you to take the shirt off?
They told me to take the shirt off, and I asked the manager, I said, well, if I refuse to take the shirt off, what would be the action? And he told me, well, you'll be insubordinate.
A spokesperson for Siemens says no one is allowed to wear any political attire in the plant. A statement says, quote, several weeks ago, we noticed political emotions escalating in the plant, and we decided to take proactive steps to restate our company dress policy, end quote. The presidential election is not over in Florida, even though the swing state was not necessary for President Obama's re-election. Election leaders in 9 Florida counties are still counting absentee ballots tonight. Long lines at the polls delayed the counting. At last check, the president is holding a slim lead over Mitt Romney. Mississippi leaders say there were more than a dozen issues at precincts across the state. This includes Hinds County, which had its share of problems. 16 WAPT's Andrew Kinsey shows us what election leaders learned a day later.
It's a scene we've seen play out time after time.
I'm seeing a big turnout.
Long lines and problems with electronic voting machines on Election Day.
They had to reprogram them. That's what they were saying.
Hundreds of voters had to wait at Precinct 85 in Hinds County after a mix-up with voting machine keys locked them out of all 9 voting machines inside.
I waited 45 minutes.
It makes it hard for the managers, the workers, and the voters when the material is not where it's supposed to be.
Voters were forced to either wait or fill out paper ballots on site.
The boxes are packed up down at the commissioners.
So you think they're accountable for this mess up?
I'm not.
Yeah, well, that is us. Unfortunately, there's a human error.
Hinds County election commissioners took the blame for the problem, but it wasn't the only one.
And how many times have you voted here before?
About twice.
Hours before the polls closed, commissioners had to scramble to find more affidavit envelopes for voters whose names didn't show up on the precinct rolls.
Anytime your name's not on a poll book, you have to do an affidavit ballot. So it's not uncommon at all.
Officials say at least 6,000 voters either forgot to register or showed up at the wrong precinct Tuesday. That's a problem they blame on the voters.
We always learn something each election. It's just an ongoing process of you never know for sure what may happen, and you learn from that and move forward.
Hinds County election commissioners say problems at the polls may soon be a thing of the past. County supervisors are moving forward, spending $1.5 million on new voting machines. They hope to have those up and running by the mayoral election. In downtown Jackson, Andrew Kinsey, 16 WAPT News.
Hinds County election leaders say considering the large turnout Tuesday, there were minimum problems. Out of the more than 163,000 registered voters in the county, more than 97,000 voted.
The holiday season kicked off in Jackson tonight with Mistletoe Marketplace. The annual Junior League event runs through Saturday at the Mississippi Trade Mart. More than 160 merchants will have their goods on sale. Tonight we spotted 16 WAPT General Manager Stuart Kellogg along with his family and morning anchor Megan West who stopped by for tonight's silent auction and live auction too. Organizers say shoppers will have a lot to choose from.
An X percentage that is always a local group of vendors. We have our original Mistletoe Marketplace vendors, merchants who we have back every year, and then we bring in people from really across the United States who want to come be a part of this.
About 15,000 people are expected to attend Mistletoe over the next 4 days. A portion of the Natchez Trace closed for months is set to open next week. Traffic has been rerouted from Highway 49 to Ridgeland since March. Crews have been repairing a quarter-mile stretch of the road where the Yazoo clay has slipped. Delays pushed back the reopening date. That road is expected to be open on Tuesday. Local lawmen are getting some special training this week. The Mississippi Law Enforcement Officers Training Academy partnered up with the ASPCA for a week-long conference. Police and animal control officers are learning how to deal with traumatized animals like the deer that crashed into an office building a few weeks ago. They're also learning how to spot animal cruelty like hoarding and dogfighting.
There's not enough training in the state right now as far as how to deal with animals and what the animal laws are.
Nearly 50 police and animal control officers from all over the state are participating in the training. Last year, Mississippi toughened its animal cruelty law, making a second-time offense a felony.
Jackson police say they know who's behind a triple shooting back in October, but they need to make an arrest. They issued an arrest warrant for Jeremiah Palmer. Police say he drove up and opened fire on a car on Slayton Avenue. Sisters Monica Butler and Laketia Butler suffered non-life-threatening injuries. DeMarcus Buck is still in the hospital. If you know where Palmer is tonight, call Crime Stoppers at 601-355-TIPS. A look under a car's hood turned into a high-speed chase through 2 counties today. Richland police say Colin Johnson drove off in a car from Watson Quality Ford after using a stun gun on the salesman. Police say they chased that car on Highway 51 and eventually stopped Johnson near Ann Smith Elementary, where he damaged a fence.
One of our used car managers happened to be on the phone with a Madison police officer at the time. He sends out over his radio. They immediately get in pursuit. They run him back into Ridgeland. Ridgeland stops him.
Police say Johnson is wanted in Louisiana and Georgia and facing charges in Madison, Ridgeland, and Jackson. Johnson was taken to the hospital to be treated for minor injuries. Managers say the salesman is doing okay tonight.
Now to a 16 WAPT exclusive. A former JPD officer charged with taking bribes took a plea deal that is in court.
Mr. Payne, can you tell us why you accepted the bribes?
He doesn't have any comment.
That was Anthony Payne leaving federal courts. He pleaded guilty to taking $5,000 in bribes from undercover FBI agents. Those undercover agents paid Payne and 2 other officers to transport fake drugs from a plane at Hawkins Field.
Are you guys releasing any statements in this case?
No, not before sentencing.
Not before sentencing.
Payne is out on bond. He is scheduled to be sentenced February 28th. He's facing 10 years in prison. 2 more officers, Manya Jefferson and Terrence Jenkins, both pleaded guilty last month.
Jackson police are showing off all kinds of patio items taken during a rash of thefts in Belhaven. Police say Lee Ewing Jr. was caught on a home surveillance camera stealing chairs from a home. He's also suspected in other patio thefts. He turned himself in Monday and is charged with petty larceny.
I've been doing this for 20-some years. A perfect example of the Jackson Police Department and the upstanding citizens in Jackson working hand in hand together to keep our community safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2236.
So if you think any of the items that you're seeing right here belong to you, you can call JPD at 601-960-2236.
Actor Morgan Freeman is putting one of his local restaurants up for auction this month. The Mississippi native is placing Medides, his Clarksdale restaurant, up for auction. Freeman owns the location with attorney Bill Luckett. The business closed down some 9 months ago. That auction will happen on November the 13th, and the bidding starts at 9 a.m. and will end when every single item in the restaurant is gone.
2 Mississippi college bands are among the 8 bands set to perform at the Honda Battle of the Bands. Jackson State Sonic Boom of the South, who you see there, and also Alcorn State Sounds of Dynamite were selected for the showcase on January 26th in Atlanta. Honda leaders are giving both schools $20,000 for music education scholarships.
My husband called me, screamed at me, the house is on fire.
It's the kind of news that is never welcome, but a Louisiana woman learned her house was burning while in the voting booth. How she's coping tonight.
There's no words to explain or express the stress, the pain, the suffering.
First, it was Sandy, now a nor'easter. Folks on the East Coast are dealing with another big storm tonight.
All right, skies are clear. Temperatures are going down. Frosty start to your Thursday. Sunshine will make for a really nice day. But I'll tell you what, you won't believe the turnaround of the forecast. I'll show you what I'm talking about coming up. You're watching 16 WAPT News.
The Associated Press Best Newscast in Mississippi and an Emmy Award for Best Newscast in the Southeast region. This is 16 WAPT News, the one to watch.
It's on your doorstep right now.
The whole house starts shaking.
Winds in excess of 100 miles per hour.
I am concerned about hail.
Here's a great deal on the great outdoors. 20% off everything in Miskelly's Outdoor Living. That's 20% off outdoor tables and chairs, sofas, lounges, and accessories. At Miskelly's, the beauty of the outdoors lasts all year long. But hurry, this sale ends soon.
It's Subway Restaurant's $5 Fresh Value Meal of the Day. A different 6-inch Subway sandwich every day with chips and a 21-ounce fountain drink. Enjoy many of your favorite Subway sandwiches as a featured Fresh Value Meal for just $5. Choosing lunch just got easier with the Fresh Value Meal of the Day for $5. Another great way Subway restaurants are saving you money. Head to your nearest Subway restaurant and see what's on the menu today. Subway, eat fresh.
If you were accused of a crime, would you use an attorney in some other state that you've never met and know nothing about? Probably not. Then why would you consider doing this with something as serious as tax problems?
A tax problem is a serious legal matter. I'm Jimmy McGee, a local tax attorney with offices in Jackson, Vicksburg, and Gulfport. We focus on using the law to solve tax problems. If you're a Mississippi resident and have tax problems, call 601-965-6155.
Congratulations to this week's Watson Home Team Teacher of the Week, Mrs. Tanisha Young. Mrs. Young teaches 8th grade computer classes at Hardy Middle School. She is influential in the lives of her students, teaching them to set goals, stay focused, and achieve those goals. She never gives up on her students, and she tries to keep them on a positive path with a good attitude. If you know an outstanding teacher in your community and hope to see them recognized, go to WAPT.com and click on the Watson Quality Forward logo at the bottom of the screen to nominate them.
new Jimmy's Got Hayden Panettiere from ABC's Nashville.
Hey, Jimmy!
And he's got goodies for John Goodman. All new Jimmy Kimmel Live, late night tonight on ABC.
Your playlist goes live. The American Music Awards, Sunday, November 18th on ABC.
You're watching 16 WAPT News at 10 with Mississippi's only Emmy Award-winning news team. Stephanie Maxwell, Darren Tito, weather with Chief Meteorologist David Hartman, and sports with Aswan Hodges. This is 16 WAPT News, the one to watch.
Well, lots of sunshine in the forecast, but temperature is going to be chilly for about 2 more nights. Skies clear now, and we only made it to 65 today, and the wind made it feel a little bit cooler than that. 38 this morning. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 6:24. Sunset, 5:04. Right now, the winds have really slacked off. Just a little bit of a light northeasterly wind. 47 now. As these winds go calm, that's when we'll really see the temperatures drop into the 30s tonight. Now, areas around the reservoir, immediately around the reservoir, you'll probably keep a breeze, and you probably will not see a frost in those areas. So frosty areas tonight will be areas where the winds die off. Areas where the winds just continue to be light, there should not be any frost. So next couple of days, lots of sunshine behind the frosty night tonight. Look at the difference with the wind still blowing in Natchez, and it's 50. Over in Vicksburg, it's calm, 39. Up in Oxford, no wind, 36. So you can see what I'm talking about. Areas where the wind dies off, temperature really falls. Where the wind is blowing, holds the temperature up a little bit. Best chance for widespread frost is up to the northeast of Jackson. And these are the low temperatures. There's even a chance of a very light freeze just for a short time up to the northeast. And then the further south and southwest you go, more of a patchy frost. Maybe only see it on the rooftops, but it should be down in the middle and upper 30s by early tomorrow morning. There you can see the clouds which went across the northeastern part of the state today. It was a really cool day up there, but skies have cleared off now. Tomorrow will be a bright and sunny day with increasing warmth over the next couple of days. Here is our nor'easter. Snowing pretty good. Parts of interior New Jersey coming up on 6 inches, 5 to 10 inches in Connecticut, and in downtown New York City at Central Park, they're approaching the record for the most snow this early in the season. Weather records go back to the 1880s. So that would be something after a hurricane. So bright, sunny, cool air tomorrow. The sun will feel warm. Tomorrow night will be cold. Friday and Saturday, warm air surges in and temperatures respond nicely. This front, which will be well off to our west, will be coming through on the Monday, and that'll be followed by much colder air. So right now, Monday looks like a rainy day, and then we'll return to cold weather. So temperatures doing this up and down. Patchy frost tonight, 35. 63 tomorrow, not as windy. Be a pretty nice day, but as soon as the sun goes down tomorrow evening, it will chill down for another cold night, upper 30s and right around 40 degrees. Lots of sunshine into the weekend. It's going to be a great weekend to be out of doors. Look at those temperatures. Maybe a little windy on